morning and welcome to the trade setup right here on BloombergQuint. I'm Niraj Shah, back after the long weekend, and lots has happened over the course of the last 3 days for the economy factors and for the fight against COVID-19 as well. So quickly, let's cut straight to the chase. First, a quick update on what's happening in India. So at least four states have extended the lockdown: Maharashtra, Delhi, West Bengal, and Telangana. And by the way, I think Arvind Kejriwal almost unequivocally mentioned as well that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be doing the same. So we can fairly expect that the lockdown is extended at least until April 30th. In states of Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray said that that's the theme. At least till 30th, the lockdown is extended, which doesn't augur well for the economy, of course. But what might serve as a bit of a silver lining is that the DPI has written to the Home Ministry suggesting some relaxation for select companies, select industries, which is cement makers, auto and ancillary part makers, food and beverages makers, gems and jewelry, and a few others. A story around this by my colleague Nikunj Johri is there on our website, BloombergQuint.com. You can log on and try and read more about this. Follow our Twitter timeline and try and read more about this as well. But having said that, if that's the coronavirus update in India and cases in slums, etc., are rising, the things around the world are interesting. So we all know that now what's happening to countries like France, Germany, and Spain. There, the number of cases are coming down, and the cases in the US are going up. So that's the problem. But what are the measures that countries and others are taking to try and do this? So two or three things. One, OPEC and ally, there is, of course, the historic G20 summit that we're watching out for. So that is something that you should monitor on April, day after tomorrow, which is Wednesday. We have the virtual press conference by the G20. OPEC and allies have agreed to a historic 10 million barrel per day production cut as well. So that is something that should be on top of mind of people, because crude might be an interesting thing to look at as well. And on back of that, what would world markets be doing? Now, just a quick recap of what the world markets did last week. The US markets had a very good run the whole of last week. So this chart shows you how high the gains in the US markets were. However, that was last week. Today, the markets are not looking all that buoyant. Frankly, if you look at the futures, they are starting off slightly lower, S&P and the Dow futures. And if you look at the Asian markets which are on right now, which is Shanghai, which is Nikkei, as well as Kospi, the peripheral market, all of them are starting off lower. And frankly, the SGX Nifty 2 has a start which is marginally in the red, about 0.5% odd lower. So we expect that to be the nature of trading day today. Now, what to watch out for? There is the India CPI inflation number stated to come out today. As I already mentioned, that we'll watch out for results as well, because a clutch of results coming out this week, the larger ones. So Wipro coming out on the 15th, TCS on the 16th, and HDFC Bank on the 18th. So results are something that you got to watch out for. And frankly, that's what the trade setup is today, right? I mean, one, that the global market softness and the extension of the lockdown may hamper any kind of pullback moves that people had in mind. And earnings commentary from IT majors in particular are very critical after Cognizant decided to not give guidance. This was the first time in many years that a large IT company is saying that we are not able to give the guidance because of the uncertainty. So it's important to see what Wipro as well as TCS have to say in the week coming up. FI flows were reasonably okay. The whole of last week, we had 3 trading days and all 3 had positive provisional flows. So that number looks okay. Even in Thursday's session, we had a positive 1737 number. So that's also interesting. But I think today it's more about specific names, and a lot of companies have given some updates which will be important. So let me try and fill you in on those, which is the more important piece. First, HDFC. This was the talk of town yesterday, wherein people said that, oh, China has bought 1% stake, PBOC has bought 1% stake in HDFC. Now, we got clarifications from KK Mistry saying that PBOC has hiked stake in the company from 0.8% to 1% as per the Mart shareholding data. This is not a complete 1% hike. It's just a small hike done in a graded phase. And even if it's 1%, it's okay. It's free markets. People can come out and buy stakes. So that's the interesting bit. Just wanted to put that into perspective. Godrej Consumer gave a quarter update saying that the company expects a high teens revenue decline in the quarter for the India business, and the international business is expected to record around mid-single digit sales decline for the quarter. So the India business has certainly taken a big hit for GCPL. Avenue Supermarts came out with an update. They said approximately half of their stores remain shut, and the footfall at stores which are working with reduced hours is lower than usual. So not the best of updates. Goldman Sachs, however, is bullish on Avenue Supermarts. They maintain a buy with a target price of nearly 23.50. So do watch out for that. ITI And that company said that DRDO and the company are likely to ink a deal to produce portable ventilators. Interesting announcement. Let's see what happens with this one. IT stocks, as I mentioned earlier, Cognizant has tweaked the Q1 CY20 guidance, but has withdrawn the calendar year 20 revenue guidance. This must be the first time. And they've withdrawn the earlier guidance of 2 to 4% growth in USD terms for calendar year 20 as well. So that's the thing that you've got to keep in mind. Last but not the least, select plants have already reopened in the Dahej in particulars, and that's why specialty chemical companies could be in focus. SRF, Gujarat Fluorochem, Camlin Fan Science, all of these have said that plants are reopening. SRF has said that few plants belonging to the essential goods value chain in the Dahej have resumed operations. Gujarat Fluorochem said that the Ranjit Nagar and the Dahej have restarted operations, as well as Camlin Fine Sciences resuming the trial production at the manufacturing unit in the Dahej. So the Dahej seems to be a bit more contained, and that's why these companies have gotten the permissions to resume operations. So these could be interesting stocks to monitor in the session today as well. Do watch out. Lots of companies, lots of things to watch out for in the session today, including the inflation data. We'll be on top of most of it. Thanks so much for tuning into the Trade Setup.
The union to secure your future is here. Andhra